May 26, 1930, Radio Talk, the whiter the bread, the sooner you're dead. The whiter the bread, the sooner you're dead. The more serums with which you are shot, the sooner you'll rot. The world has moved and the people are waking up. There is nothing like hunger to produce active thinking. Overfull Jito marks are not conducive to active, clear thinking. 40 was Caesar who said, "Give me a fat man because he sleeps on nights." Caesar didn't like to have hungry, active thinking men because that was bad for some of Caesar's plans. I should be delighted to see the good men and women who spend so much time and effort and money trying to make men stop drinking liquor, try to make a gang of political medical trust doctors stop their false advertising regarding their wares, especially when they do it with the taxpayers' money, in other words, with your money, and prohibit the injection of poison, so dangerous that it kills guinea pigs in from 3 to 20 the 5 days directly into the blood of little children. It is purely a commercial proposition. A doctor friend of mine told me of a surgeon in this town whose assistant did a great deal of his dirty work, and he was called to see a child with a sore throat. The assistant told the family that it was quinsy and that the child would be all right. The great surgeon got wind of it and went to see the child, said it was a case of diphtheria and that 10,000 units of toxin, antitoxin, must immediately be given to the child, and that the rest of the children in the family must have 3,000 units to immunize them at $5 or $10 a throw. Now, this is why I said at the beginning that the people are waking up in spite of the newspaper's suppression of the truth. When the father came home at night, he didn't like the idea and he called my doctor friend, who let the doctor down as lightly as possible but told the father that the first doctor was right, that the child had quinsy and he need not give the toxin, antitoxin, and that he could either employ him to finish the case or pay his fee and go on with the other doctor and the antitoxin. The father decided to employ my friend. See, he waked up. And in 2 days the child was out. But just think of the money the other doctor would have made by shooting poison into the whole family, and the added business he would have gotten by taking care of the whole family after making them sick with his dirty soup. On account of his sane and honest treatment of this family, my doctor friend got 2 other cases in 2 or 3 days through their recommendation, so I presume he made up by being honest about it. And then they say that the medical profession is a noble, altruistic profession, and the work in which they're engaged is for the benefit of the dear people. Rot! For the benefit of the lean pocketbook of the members of the medical trust, which are constantly becoming leaner as the people know the truth. The people are waking up in spite of the newspapers. A newspaper heading says United States leads in baby perils and says that our obstetricians are inexpert. I agree with this. My daughter is married and lives in London, England, and over there, the nurses who attend the obstetrical cases are graduated after they have attended 3,000 women in childbirth. And my daughter told me it is a terrible disgrace and considered unpardonable for a nurse to permit a woman to be torn at childbirth. Suggestion may make him think he is one or ought to be one, and then someone might have trouble, an empty storm conducive to thinking, and it is not well to suggest thinking along lines which might hurt somebody. Then I noticed that the Metropolitan Life Insurance Company, the reports that for 6 successive years heart diseases were chief causes of death and accounted for more than one civil lesions of the $140 million paid out on poor. Well, the Metropolitan Life Insurance Company would save money and make more money if they would stop advocating toxin, antitoxin, being squirted into children, and if they would stop advocating vaccination and serum treatments generally, which undermine the Constitution at an early age and produce such after effects as heart disease and cause other dangerous maladies to develop. The full medical staff of the Metropolitan Life Insurance Company might read Dr. McCarrison's grey book on deficiency diseases, then possibly, if they have just a little more brains than God gave green apples, they would get out a leaflet to the policyholders telling why they should stop eating white flour products and all devitalized foods and what they should eat.